chokehold that I have on conservative influencers is actually insane.
Now, one final topic for the weekend. Some MAGA commentators have been hilariously trolled by a Democratic operative, including some right-wing media outlets, and they don't seem to realize that they fell for an obvious joke. So you may have never heard of her, but there's a TikToker turned Democratic strategist named Olivia Juliana, who is overweight and has gone viral kind of famously for this unfortunate choice of words.
But we will only be heard if we vote. As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Well, Olivia is a very combative and trollish person online, and she just kind of hilariously trolled MAGA in a way that many of them don't seem to realize that they were being trolled. It all started when one of these random Twitter accounts posted Democratic activist Olivia Juliana is threatening to go on a hunger strike until U.S. aid is restored, showing a picture of her with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. This is not true. They just made this up. Maybe it was intended as a joke, but it got over 10 million views. So a lot of people on Twitter, people have been spreading a lot of just like fake news on there lately or inaccurate information. A lot of people on Twitter assumed that this was like a real thing. Olivia, and I actually have to give her credit for like not being, offended and outraged, but actually having a joke about this, quote tweeted it and said, "I'm actually down 50 pounds because I can't afford to eat in Trump's economy." So like, this is obviously a joke. Trump's been president for like less than 2 weeks. Food prices haven't changed that much. She almost certainly didn't lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks. That would be extremely drastic and potentially dangerous. Like, that's not a thing. It was a joke. She was like making fun of the people spreading fake information about her on a hunger strike and like just leaning into the bit, right? Well, all these right-wing influencers took this without even an ounce of critical thinking, no basic ability to detect humor, and ran with it like it was actual frickin' news. The Libs of TikTok account, which is massively influential, but the woman who runs it, Haya Rychik, really constantly falls for things that are intended as jokes and takes them as seriously. She seems to be a sheltered person without much of a sense of humor, shared this and said, "New Democrat activist Olivia Juliana says she lost 50 pounds since Trump was inaugurated because she can't afford food." Meanwhile, the right-wing influencer Ollie London, who previously was like a woke person who claimed to be transitioning to Korean and then reinvented himself as like a MAGA personality, I guess. So probably somebody you should be a little skeptical about the information they're saying. But Ollie tried to fact check Olivia, saying Democrat influencer Olivia Juliana, sharing a different video, shows off her Ozempic despite claiming to have lost 50 pounds because she cannot afford to eat due to Trump's economy. Wow, Ollie. You really got her. He really thought he ate. He really thought he fact-checked her. He proved her wrong. He pointed out her hypocrisy, her lies. Babe, it was a joke, and you just got played. It just went right over your head. But it wasn't just these, like, right-wing influencers. Some media outlets on the right fell for this as well. The Gateway Pundit, which is like a very fringe site, wrote an article headlined, "Super morbidly obese Democratic influencer claims she has lost 50 pounds because she, quote, can't afford to eat in Trump's economy." They literally took her statement as truth, ran with it like a headline, and just never thought about it for even more a couple seconds. Or could she be joking? Is this even literally possible? Like, just no critical thinking or awareness detected. Meanwhile, Outkick, the right-wing sports website, published an article called "Trump is Already Ending Obesity in the Democratic Party." This one, I read the article and I kind of couldn't tell if the author understood that this was a joke or not. It was somewhat ambiguous. Guys, so many people fell for this and took it seriously that it trended as a topic on Twitter. Activists' weight loss sparks political debate. Trending now in politics. The description here, which is AI generated, cracks me up. Olivia Juliana, a Democratic activist, has claimed to have lost 50 pounds, attributing it to not being able to afford food since Donald Trump's election. Social media reactions range from skepticism to humor, with many questioning the timeline of Trump's presidency and her weight loss. There is no verified evidence linking her weight loss directly to economic policies. I don't blame an AI. I don't blame an AI for not being able to tell the difference between text written like with a sense of humor and text literally written to be true. It's an AI. I do blame, and if you go to the comments of any one of these posts, you will find just so many hundreds of people replying as if this is real and serious. I do blame the people actually falling for this, whether it's influencers or, right-wing journalists or random people on the internet, because if you even thought about this for 2 seconds, it was obviously a joke. It was obviously not even possible and didn't make any sense, but they just saw an opportunity to dunk on a Democrat and jumped on it. We're like, ha 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 ha.
The chokehold that I have on conservative influencers is actually insane. They like to use me for rage bait on Twitter, which is like, fine girl, whatever you gotta do to get your badge. Last night, one of them made a post saying that I was threatening to go on a hunger strike if US aid wasn't restored. I responded and said, actually, I've lost 50 pounds because I can't afford to eat in Trump's economy. Boy, oh boy, did they take this shit and run, because now I'm trending on Twitter. All these people are making posts being like, she's a liar, she's on Ozempic, blah, 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 blah. And right-wing news outlets are writing articles about my weight loss. Am I on Ozempic? Absolutely. But so are half of the women in the Republican Party in Congress. In politics, attention is capital. Once again, they have just continued to prove that no matter how much they hate me, I'm relevant.
Guys, this is why you need to remain a critical thinker. You need to be skeptical of the things you see, hear, and read online, no matter where they're coming from, no matter whether somebody you really hate says it, no matter whether people you trust and like are sharing it. Skepticism and critical thinking are key, or you will end up embarrassing yourself like these people have. What do you guys think? Did you find this story funny? Would you have known this was a joke? And can you believe these people fell for it uncritically? Let me know in the comments below, and do hit that like button while you're at it.